Welcome, everybody, to the Single on Stilettos show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a dating and relationship coach and founder of Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and also of Single on Stilettos. Today, we have on our show Jaki Sabourin, and she's a love and dating coach at Engaged at Any Age. And I'm so excited to have her here today because today we're talking about how to stop attracting emotionally unavailable men. And I swear, I think I've had every single client tell me that she's attracting emotionally unavailable men. So Jaki's going to give you some ways on how you can stop attracting these type of men. But before we jump into it, Jaki, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and what made you become a love and dating coach.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne, for having me on the show. It's such a pleasure to be here. And hi, ladies. So I was inspired to become a love and dating coach because of my own struggle and journey to love. You know, I'm a lot like all of you, going through wanting to find love again, midlife. I was single for 8 years, went through a divorce, very painful. And I really struggled to heal that part of me. And I was really stuck in thinking about the past over and over again. And so I hired a coach to help me, transform my life. And I had such success in doing that. I became so passionate about wanting to help women do the same and empower women. I've always been a champion for women, so this is just an amazing time in my life where I'm really able to give back from my heart and really make a difference in women's lives. And I met my soulmate, Michael, on Match.com. We've been married for 3 years, so I know it's possible, and I know it's possible at any age. And so thanks again for having me, and I'm excited to share how to stop attracting emotionally unavailable men.
I know. So tell us the first way a woman could stop attracting emotionally unavailable men.
Okay, so ladies, this is not something you may want to hear, but I want to invite you to stop being emotionally unavailable. So this is what I would say is what happens is likes attract likes by the law of attraction. We attract somebody who's emotionally unavailable, and then we recognize, wow, they're not emotionally available. So then we back up and we start to distance. Our response to that is to distance ourselves. But that distancing or withdrawing is emotional unavailability. And I know that women don't really recognize that. So how would you know if he's emotionally unavailable if you're emotionally unavailable? So here's what I suggest that you do is start to create more emotional availability in your interactions with men. For example, if you go out with a man who is angry. So this happened to one of my clients, and he's like maybe talking about his ex-wife and angry about his divorce and how he got the short end of the stick. And so instead of going, oh, I went out with this guy and he's really angry and I can't go out with him, get more curious. I mean, show some compassion. Have the courage to ask more questions and say things like, wow, I really can hear that you're really hurt and really haven't processed what happened in your divorce. Do you think that that's getting in the way of you meeting someone? Boom. I mean, he's going to sit there and go, wow, maybe. And in that moment, you just created an opportunity to have more intimacy. A lot of men don't actually know how to be emotionally available. But if you did, if you were to lead the process, so it's not like you're being his coach, but if you were to open up and ask some sensitive questions in a very gentle way, men will tell you. And in that moment, they become more emotional available to you. And then you have something. So we have to take bigger risks to become more emotionally available. So another piece to that is it's usually our own insecurities that keep us from being more emotionally available. And so again, I'm going back to likes attract likes. I think that everyone has the ability to be emotionally available if you have the skill to set that stage. So women, create this space where it's safe for a man to share with you how he's feeling. Come up with the questions that you're afraid to ask. Ask those tough questions, but do it from a very gentle place. Do it with a feather. And people respond to that so much when you show a genuine compassion and caring for what they're going through, because a lot of that emotional unavailability is pain-based. It's that they've experienced so much pain, they're shut down. But if you can create a feeling for them that it's safe for them to share with you, like when the man was angry, instead of her getting upset and hanging up on him, she asked him some very gentle questions, and then he told her. And in that moment, he actually started crying in that moment. And he said, yeah, I'm really hurt. And she's like, yeah, I can hear that. And in that moment, I mean, they end up getting married, this couple. So she was able to help him become more emotionally available to the fact that he was pushing her away by being angry. So just having the courage to ask more questions, to become more curious about what that person has gone through and why they are emotionally unavailable. And maybe you can even ask them that, because I've had women ask a man that, and the man goes, I don't know what that is. I don't know what emotional availability is. What is that? And so, well, maybe you can just tell me a little bit about some of the things you've gone through. I mean, just start with the questions, you know. And so the last one is risking rejection. This is my last point. Men do not want to risk being rejected just as much as we don't. I think that's the number one fear of everybody in dating, is being rejected. And so we hold ourselves a little bit emotionally unavailable so we don't get hurt. We're kind of holding that part of us off over here. And then that creates this it's a disconnect, this lack of connection. And so, ladies, if you meet a man that's emotionally unavailable, just talk to him about it. Ask him, you know, what he's afraid of, or what's happened to him that's caused him to shut down, or ask him if he even knows he's shut down. You'd be surprised the answers you'll get. No one's ever bothered to ask him those questions, but just come from love. Don't come from anger. Don't come from attacking. Just come from a genuine caring about, wow, you're really missing out. You're missing out on all this juiciness. If you can just lower your defenses, we could actually connect in a really intimate way. And then you've got something.
Well, and you know what, Jaki? I love that you said all of this, because I've had clients where they'll go out on a first date with someone and they'll say, oh, he talked about their ex the whole time. And then they get mad instead of, like you said, getting curious. Because if you get curious, you might find out something more, and you might be able to actually open him up instead of just going, okay, he's not for me. He's still stuck on his ex, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really common. I mean, we all get stuck on our exes. It's hard to unstick yourself. But with a little help, I mean, that's what relationships are. They're relating. Okay, there's no perfect man. There's no perfect woman. But if he's a good man, then you can gently talk to him about how his, you know, that's interfering with his ability to connect with you, and invite him to maybe to drop the storyline. But again, it's just all about how you approach it, but just having the courage to approach it to begin with, and stop complaining to your friends about it. Go and talk to him about it. Be emotionally available enough to ask those tough questions and get the answers that you want. And that'll create a lot more intimacy and emotional availability.
Exactly. Well, these have been some great tips. So, Jaki, I know you have a free gift for the ladies, so can you tell them about it?
Yeah, so I love this. It's my soulmate assessment. So ladies, this is just a short quiz. I hope you take it. And what this quiz will do is we'll give you the frequency that you're vibrating at and tell you how close you are to attracting your soulmate. And so we're usually vibrating at 3 frequencies. The leader frequency is like a masculine energy. The giver frequency is overgiving, or the feeler. Maybe we feel so much has happened to us, we're a bit in victim mode. So you want to identify what frequency you're sending out so that I can send you that assessment of where you are, and then a feminine exercise that'll help you get back into alignment so you can fast track your ability to attract your soulmate.
Awesome. So ladies, if you'd like Jaki's free gift, just click below the video. And if you're listening to the podcast, just go to singleonstilettos.com and you can find her interview and get her free gift. So thanks everybody for joining us on the Single on Stilettos show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleonstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free ebook on why men disappear without a trace, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleonstilettos.com.